Most wholesalers completely ignore pre-foreclosures, and that's absolutely crazy. And the ones that go after pre-foreclosures honestly do it the completely wrong way. Because the truth is, pre-foreclosures are one of the most motivated types of sellers in wholesaling real estate. These people are legitimately going to lose their house to the bank. They actually need a cash offer now. They need speed, and they have to sell. These people are way more motivated than other, quote, motivated sellers. And the best part about this is a 100% free list to pull where you can make a ton of cash. Now, what I'm going to show you in today's video is how to pull these type of data sets. What I'm going to do today is show you exactly how to pull this type of list, how the foreclosure process actually works, what to say to these motivated sellers, and how to actually market to these so you can actually get the deals where everyone else going after these sellers don't do them. I'm going to show this all today so you can actually land a 5, 10, 15, even a $20,000, even a $50,000 pre-foreclosure deal wholesaling real estate in 2026. But before I break it down, do me a favor, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. So what is a pre-foreclosure? Well, I mean, let me just simplify this. A pre-foreclosure is just somebody who is not paying their mortgage. That is the easiest way for me to explain this. They missed their payments on their mortgage. Now the bank is making a process where they're trying to get the property back for themselves, and that's it. So a simple timeline of a pre-foreclosure is month one, they're paying their mortgage, everything's all cool, that's great. Next month happens, something in life happens, and they don't pay their mortgage. Well, what's gonna happen is the bank doesn't make a lawsuit and try to take the property back after missing one payment. What they do is they send probably an angry letter saying, hey, you didn't pay, what's going on? Month two, they get another angry letter saying, pay us or else. Month three, they get another letter, and the person usually is like, well, they're bluffing. And by month four, an actual lawsuit is filed for the person that didn't pay, where the bank is now suing the seller saying, hey, you didn't pay your mortgage, we're gonna get this property auctioned off and I'm gonna get what is owed. So maybe the house is worth $200,000 and they owed $100,000 to the bank. They'll probably try to auction off for like $180,000, $190,000, maybe $170,000. The bank will get their $100,000 that's owed to them and the seller get the proceeds from that. Now, what's interesting is right when the lawsuit is filed, probably after another month or two, there's gonna be a foreclosure auction that is set for the property to be auctioned off. So that window in between when the lawsuit is filed from when the foreclosure auction is finally set in stone, that's usually the best window for us to make a ton of money in wholesaling real estate. Because if somebody waits a month or 2 months and now the foreclosure date is set, for most states in America, it is really hard to go out here and actually wholesale that type of property. So let's break down the 5 stages of foreclosures and know exactly what stage we need to be at so we can start wholesaling these deals. So again, stage 1, missed payments. This is usually them not paying 2 to 3 mortgage payments. Now, if you don't know what a mortgage is, this is a debt that you have when you go buy a house. So maybe I want to buy a $300,000 house. I don't have $300,000, I only have $20,000. I'll pay $20,000 down. The bank will finance the rest to the seller who sold the property to me, and I pay every single month for the next 30 years. Now, usually after 2 to 3 missed payments, you get the angry letters, but nothing gets filed yet. Now, stage 2 here is the bank notification. So the bank's going to start notifying you and telling you, hey, you better pay up or else. We're going to take the house over. I mean, all this information is private. Like, no one's going to publicly know this. But stage 3 is when things get public. That's when we start figuring this stuff out. That's going to be when a notice of default, a notice of foreclosure, a pre-nod, a list pendants. And there's so many different names for this and every county's different. But basically, a lawsuit is filed from the bank suing the seller to go get the property back. Because I gave you $200,000. You've been paying for a little bit. Now you stop paying. Well, you didn't pay, so I'm taking the property over. I'm going to get this auctioned off. So whatever's owed to me, I get, and you get whatever's left. So now that the lawsuit is filed on public record, everybody knows about it. And again, it's done on purpose that everyone knows about it because there's any other creditors or liens, they better know about it now because this property is being auctioned off. So right when that lawsuit is filed, that's when us, the wholesaler, can actually go out here and get this list. Now, this is when we start what I call the wholesaling window of opportunity. And this is right when we attack these leads and get in front of these people and get the deal. Now, if we don't do anything, it goes to stage 4, which is when the auction date gets set. So if the owner still doesn't pay after that, the judge sets a foreclosure auction date. Now, tick, 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 the clock is ticking. After the date is set, it's a lot harder to wholesale these type of deals, but still not impossible. And then stage 5, the day of the auction, property either gets auctioned off and an investor buys it, or maybe the auction price is so low, the property decides, hey, you know what? I'm just going to own the house and then I'm going to sell it myself, which is called REO or real estate owned. I'm going to get in that whole thing today. But once this happens, the deal's over. Now, again, the opportunity here is between stage 3 and stage 4. before. This is when the foreclosure is public, the seller still owns the house, and honestly, if they sell the house now and the bank can get their money, they're not going to go forward. They just want their cash. That's all they care about. The bank's going to be happy. Now, the reason is, first of all, we can make a ton of money wholesaling these deals, which is awesome by me, but also we protect the seller here, and that's a big part too, is having that foreclosure on a seller's record makes it harder for them to rent out property, makes it harder for them to get another mortgage for years and years, and absolutely destroys their credit score. And this is really what makes wholesaling pre-foreclosures so powerful. Number one, there's massive motivation, right? The property is going to be auctioned off unless you sell it, so you better sell it now within 30, 60, 90 days. Remember, these sellers are facing foreclosure, public embarrassment, losing their home, their credit being destroyed. There's real motivation for selling to you for cash quick and easy and simple right now. And number two, it's free. This is a free list to pull. Like, that's the cool part. You don't need any expensive data. You actually don't want to be using any software companies for this. You're literally going to pull this right from the courthouse filings or from the county records. Now, I might say, well, Zach, X Leads and all these other softwares have a pre-foreclosure list. Why don't I just pull it from there? It's so easy. Of course it's easy. Guys, X Leads and every other wholesaling software gets their pre-foreclosure data pretty much from the same source. Now, I know the source, but I'm not going to publicly say it. It's usually one big company or maybe two. And what they do is every single week, they scrape all the pre-foreclosures in America, they compile the data, and then they give it to the software companies to go give to their users. And usually that data is going to be 10 to 14 days old, which means right when the list pendants is filed, maybe on June 1st, X Leads will start displaying it as a pre-foreclosure probably on June 11th or June 12th. That means that data is about 10 to 12 days behind if you just went to the courthouse, find all the court records today of all the lawsuits, and you got boom the day of. So you don't use any wholesaling softwares. Get it right from the courthouse records and the public filings. Now, here's the truth. Most wholesalers won't tell you this, but most of these sellers, they're not going to sell their property immediately. Why? I mean, to be fair, people just procrastinate. A lot of sellers in pre-foreclosure just think some magical fairy is going to go out there and protect them and give them all this money. Like, if you call these people up or message them or text them, they're going to tell you that they're going to get a HELOC, they're going to get a loan forgiveness, they're going to get a loan modification. Stop dealing with me. I have this under control. When in reality, those people say that and then the house gets auctioned off and you're like, well, what the heck, dude? Why don't you just go with me? And so I can tell you about 95% of the time how this is going to go is you're going to reach out to these sellers. They're going to say, no, I have it taken care of. And then 2 days before the auction's supposed to happen, they call you all panicked and said, I need to sell to you now. A sheriff is going to come to my house in 2 days, kick me and my kids out, take all of our stuff to the curb, and we're now going to be homeless. Go fix it for me. And unfortunately, you can't really do much in those situations. So that's why you need to reach out to sellers that actually are going to sell before the auction date. And after that auction date, you could try to help, depends on your state, but most of the time it's going to be very difficult to do. Now, if you want more questions or answers about this, I would highly recommend you reach out to your title company, who's going to be able to give you all the answers you possibly want about these type of transactions and when you can get a property under contract and when there's kind of the point of no return. Now, how do you go out here and pull this list? Again, if you have no money, I would recommend you only do the free method here. So go to your local clerk of the court, public records, foreclosure filings, and search for notice of defaults, list pendants, and collect the property address, the owner information, and the filing date. And then I would go import all that data inside of xleads.com. So xleads.com is a paid software, but you're not going to use that software to pull pre-foreclosures. You're going to use it to do your texting, your calling, and your skip tracing, right? It's a CRM all-in-one wholesaling platform. So the main part of xleads, which is really cool, is you can import the best data inside of there. So you're going to go to xleads.com. You're going to go into the import CSV tab, and you're going to import your pre-foreclosure list inside there. Now you're going to get it all skip traced. Then you're going to go out here and market these pre-foreclosures. Now, the number one rule for pre-foreclosures is you do not cold call them. Let me say that again. The number one rule is you do not call the pre-foreclosure list. I'm telling you right now, these sellers already get a ton of calls. They are the absolute worst list in the world to be calling. Banks call them, loan servicing companies call them, collectors call them, realtors call them. Do not call pre-foreclosures. They always ignore their calls, but the one thing they don't ignore is their texts. So if you call them, they're not going to answer, but if you text, hey, this is Zach, I'm looking to buy houses in the area, or considering a cash offer, they might be like, I actually am looking to sell my house. house? Sure, then you get a deal. So again, number one, the best one to do is to be texting. So if you have no money, I would just go to xleads.com. There's a 14-day free trial and you get 1,000 free skip traces. I'd use that and then text with Google Voice. But for most people, just pay for the texting. I mean, if there's 500 pre-foreclosures, it'll probably cost you $5 to text those people. And xleads comes with texting included. So I just text with xleads. Number two, which is really underrated, is my sticky note method, which is you actually going and pulling the pre-foreclosure list, actually just going to their house and putting a sticky note on their door. So go to the dollar store, get like 200 or 300 sticky notes and slap them on the house and just say, hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question about your property. Please give me a call back with a Google Voice number right there on the sticky note and get a ton of inbound leads. Now they might call you and say, oh, you put a sticky note on my door. What's going on? Hey, my name's Zach. Hey, me and my partner probably put it on your door. We're just seeing if anyone in the area is looking to sell their property for cash. Are you looking to sell it? Then have a nice conversation, lock up the deal, sell to a buyer, make a ton of money. Now you can do door knocking. I'm not a big door knocking fan. I'm probably going to tell you to skip that. And you can do some direct mail if you have a little more marketing budget. You can do direct mail inside of xleads, use the ROS offer postcard, and you'll be making a ton of money there. Now it's really important here. You know exactly how to talk to these type of sellers. You see, there's a huge mistake people have where they just go after the seller. And when they talk to them, they act like all boo-hoo, like you're exposing the person. Like for example here, hey, are you looking to sell your house? And they say, I don't know, maybe. Like, well, your house is in foreclosure, bro. You better sell it to me now. Don't ever tell the person that their house is in foreclosure. That creates instant resistance from them. Instead, I'd say something like, hey, I'm looking to buy a couple houses in the area. Are you interested in selling it? Don't attack them and say that their house is in foreclosure. They need to sell to you now. Because honestly, it's neutral, it's professional, low pressure. And if you attack them and say, hey, you're in foreclosure, go after me, it might put a bad taste in their mouth and they're not going to want to go with you. So a lot of these pre-foreclosures, you don't need some crazy complicated script. Just say something like, hey, is this the owner of 123 Main Avenue? Yeah. Hey, this is Zach. Me and my partner looking to buy properties in the area for cash. Or you interested in selling it? Simple. You see, the truth about this is you just got to be consistent. If you can learn how to pull the pre-foreclosure list, market to them daily, texting these sellers, and being relentless with your follow-up day after day after day, the deals are going to come from just volume and absolute persistence. And that, guys and gals, is how you're going to make $20,000 in the next 30 days wholesaling the pre-foreclosure list. If you got any value from this video, do me a favor, make sure you go to freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course and community, so you can learn exactly more about how to wholesale real estate, get my free AI, my free underwriting tools, my free CRM, and all this stuff. And don't ever forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.